Okay, now let us talk about this movie coming out of 2014. And the movie is It Follows. The movie is directed by Robert Mitchell. It stars Maika Monroe, Jake Reary, and Bailey Spray. Now, with everything that we do, we need to exercise critical thinking. We need to connect the dots and most definitely ask questions. What is it that Hollywood is trying to tell us? These movies were never made for our pure entertainment, right? These movies, they are showing you the agendas. They are also showing you what they intend to do to humanity. You need to connect the dots and ask questions. Now, the movie It Follows is taking us on a journey with two young people who engage in sexual activity. Now, the male deliberately pass on a curse to his sexual partner. Now, this curse is only passed on during sex, right? Pay attention. They are telling you exactly what is going on. This is spiritual warfare. Now, when the female decide to investigate more about what is happening, why she keeps seeing this entity trying to destroy her, then the male companion tell her that he pick up this curse from a one night stand, right? So because he was careless and he pick up this curse, he find this young girl and put this curse on her, and she don't even know what to do. Because in the movie, it is so sad that they did not seek anyone of spirituality or a minister of religion to help them with what they are going through. And that says a whole lot, right? Because they then go on to try and solve the problem for themselves with a male companion having sex with the female who got the curse, take the curse, and then go on to give it to a prostitute. Now, what is it that they're trying to tell us? Are they trying to tell us that prostitutes carry a lot of curses, negative energies, and entities? Is that what they're trying to tell us? Because we know prostitutes are troubled spirits. Right? Now, these people, these enemies of humanity, what they have done is to strip the West of its spirituality, right? Take away the spirituality, take away the idea from us that there is not a higher power, right? Try to tell us that we should not recognize a higher power. And that is what this movie is telling me, and it is extremely sad because when we do not recognize an higher power, we are then open for attack. We are open for destruction. And that is why they are coming after our children. That is why they are sexualizing our children. And that is why our society is so highly sexualized, because sex carries a lot of entities, whether curses or energies, whatever you want to call it. And if you engage in unauthorized sex, you will pick them up. Right? Now, if you go back to the movie Cabin in the Woods, right, which is a good example to show you spirituality and what it can do for you in times of need. When they were trying to destroy the Japanese school children, they got their spirituality intact. They recognized an higher power, and they were able to tap into that power, right, to destroy the evil entity that they sent after them. Now, when they send evil entities, or when these entities spill on out into our reality, people of the West will be unable to protect themselves and families because they do not recognize a higher power, and that was deliberate. They deliberately strip us of our spirituality. Right? Now let us keep it moving, because a lot of churches and religious organizations do not openly talk about sex. They do not educate their young people about sex and the implications. All they tell them is that you should marry before sex, do not take part in fornication, do not commit adultery, but there is no why. There is no explanation, and this movie is giving you the explanation as to why you should not engage in unauthorized sex, because it comes with a lot of entities, negative energy or curses, whatever you want to call it. Right? And it is not just physical sex, it is masturbation, it is watching pornography, whether it is moving pornography movies or it is still pornography, which is photos. Right? We should not seek to use those as entertainment measures, right? Because they are extremely dangerous and they carry entities attached to them. And you have to ask the question, why is it that there is so much people signing up to OnlyFans website with the allegations of various individuals taking part in various sexual debauchery, allegedly, and allegations stating that females and male are putting photos up in suggestive poses? You need to understand this is a spiritual war, and that the enemy is using sex as a weapon. They are using sex to strip you of your spirituality, so it is easy to attack you. That is what it is all about. Sex is a major weapon for them, and this movie is showing you exactly how it works. You need to pay attention. Now, many of you will not watch these type of movies because you will say it is just conspiracy theories, or you will say it is pure demonic, but that is how they hide the message. Now, in the end, the good book tells us that there will be weeping and moaning and gnashing of teeth. Many of you will say you did not know. And that is why the Most High is taking his own little time, in his own time, because you will not get the opportunity to say you did not know or you did not hear. Right? He's making sure that the information is spread far and wide. As they say, in the end, knowledge will increase. Right? Understand, we wrestle not with flesh and blood. This is a spiritual war. Right? And another thing that you need to also look into is if you've got young girls, young daughters, and I notice a trend that a lot of men that is in their 40s, especially men from a black background, right? They don't usually marry when they are young. So when they have take part in various sexual debauchery and they're reaching their 40s, early or late 40s, that's the time when they want to marry, and they are usually going after people's daughters that are in their early 20s or mid 20s. Now, that is a relationship you should not encourage your young people to get involved with, because you do not know whatever curses, entities, or negative energy that person is coming with. Right? I'll give you another example of how relationship can be very dangerous. Right? When it comes down to sex, I was having a conversation with a friend some years ago, and she was explaining about the relationship that she was in, and the young lad wanted to enter through the back door, right? And she says to him, no, if you will allow me to get a fake member and enter through your back door, then you can do it to me. The relationship soon finished. It soon ended. He had nothing to do with her. He just left quietly. Right? It goes to show you that sometimes you get involved with certain individuals and they do not have your best interest at heart. They are just there to use you to take part in various sexual debauchery. Then they leave and laugh at you, leave you with these entities, leave you with the curse, right? So you need to be very firm in your morality and what you expect from a relationship. No, I got another experience to explain to you. A cousin of mine that everybody expected to do well. And when he entered this relationship with this very attractive young lady, mind you, she wasn't someone that was all about town or very cheap and common. But from the moment he entered, His life went down and her star went up. That relationship sucked the life and energy out of him. Until this day, he never recovered while the girl is flourishing. That's why we need to pray and say, Glory be to the Most High.